Ho! The light dawns, and the Darjeeling master is pleased. I am in the heart of every Chila, and I stand with you in this hour of the dark cycle which has turned. And in turning, my beloved, you are also turned toward the light. And as has been said, when you face the light, the shadows are behind you. It is so. Let the light always be before, and the shadow behind. But let the roving eye of God, the all-seeing 360-degree eye of God, remain in awareness and in God control of the shadow. Let us speak then of shadowed forces and shadowed ones. For beloved, there are levels of control and God control ye know not of. Beloved, what can you control in life? The only thing which you can control is the self. For it is not lawful to control any other self, save the parent in God control of the child entrusted to his care. Beloved, understand well then the meaning of the predicament of free will juxtaposed against the backdrop of cosmic and universal, systemic and planetary forces moving in, through, and around the individual. Beloved ones, it has never been more precarious, hence more important, for the Chila of the will of God to be in God control of his mind and forces and heart and self-knowledge, and to be therefore preparing to enter that Gemini mind of God that is the Alpha and the Omega of the central sun of your mighty I Am presence. It is of cosmic import, O Chilas, that you do heed my word as my musings and commentaries upon the scenes of our time pass from me through the messenger to you. For often in a moment and in a comment you will find the telling of all that is required to unlock the puzzles of the present and the mysteries of life. Inasmuch then as it is so that God control within the individual must set the bounds of his habitation, understand this, that when you remain in God control of the four lower bodies, energies of the electronic belt and the karma, and when this God control is not by human will, but by your acquaintance with the mind of God, then the force of the central sun of being, which is the heart, begins to expand and not undulate, but to hold its position as the auric envelope. Pray then that thy threefold flame be in balance, that the mother be in thee, and that thy flight be not in winter. Pray then above all things to retain the auric field of Lord Gautama Buddha, who has lent to you, beloved, not only the thread of contact to his threefold flame, but to the devotees of the will of God, his auric field, the causal body, to be congruent with your own, as you so will it, and so periodically attune yourselves with those secret rays of his heart. He who is safe in time of planetary tribulation is the one who is sealed in this auric light intensified. We come then for a measure of sanity and a measure of prevention. Let us take out our putty and seal the leaks in the auras of our chelas, who invoke so much light, and yet that light sometimes oozes, sometimes drips or spills through pinprick holes or larger rents in the auric field. Beloved ones, the strength of the auric field is the strength of the electromagnetic field, the latter being more permanent, whereas the aura being more reflective of momentary ups and downs. We then come with a putty of blue lightning and the sacred fire to assist you. Our angels then mend the energy field and the auric envelope as you are seated in loyalty and devotion in this hour of our coming. Beloved, you are most beloved. Thus it is our desire, we of the Darjeeling and Indian and Royal Teton Councils of the Great White Brotherhood with whom you serve, to give you an awareness this day of what it is like to be free of the leaky vessel, to feel yourselves in an auric envelope that has warmth and power and the presence of God, that as you move through your day you sense you are in that presence, do not stray from it, and are abounding in the joy and the knowledge, my Redeemer liveth, I am who I am. I dwell in the presence of God. I feel that love with me always, and therefore I know I shall reach the place and period of my destiny. I shall go beyond these years of adversity of the planet. I shall find myself yet in this body in the new day. Beloved, if you do not feel this comforting presence of God with you always, then I would say you ought to consider having a certain concern. O gentleness of the mind of God, O illimitable presence that I am, I, Lanello, stand before you for the blessing of your hearts and your offerings and your support in this hour when the waves of the dark cycle yet beat against our summit lighthouse. I send my heart's support and gift of gratitude to every Chela who has responded to my call through the heart of my son Edward and Elizabeth. In this hour I say to you, beloved, there is a oneness depths and a preciousness of hearts that must not go unspoken. A love that cannot fail to be expressed and known, and a height of spiritual mastery that cannot be neglected, to be claimed by you, beloved. Oh, it is an hour for the catching of the sunbeams that glimmer as the sun sets in the west and sheds its light again unto the east. In the coming and the going of cycles, I am the heart of the cosmic Christ with you. I am in the heart of every servant and co-worker, and I bid those around the world who hear me, who have the talent in hand, go then to my inner retreat. Build my inner retreat, for I have many not of this company whom I must also draw with the Lord Christ. In his name I bless you and them, and from my causal body I multiply now your alchemy for the victory. The heart that has truly loved never forgets, and I do not forget you now, beloved.